ending, officials say that bridge on the I-5 could take months to replace.
Our coverage begins with CTV's Lisa Rossington live at the scene in Mount Vernon. And Lisa, it's amazing that nobody was killed.
Incredible, actually. They are cleaning up and assessing what happened. Earlier, Sheriff's Department was using an underwater camera to see what's under that wreckage. And earlier today, we heard from a survivor, a young hockey player who tells his story of being submerged in his SUV and fighting for his life.
Watch carefully at the top left of your screen. This video from a car dealership security camera shows the exact moment the bridge on the I-5 collapses. First the cloud of dust, then the bridge deck gives away completely, sending vehicles plunging into the icy waters of the Skagit River. UBC student Bryce Kenning was driving across the bridge at the time. He was going to a hockey game.
And all of a sudden it was like something out of a movie, you know, there's just like a huge explosion in front of me and the ground on the bridge is falling into the water.
Kenning survived by kicking out the passenger door of his SUV. He was rescued along with a couple in a pickup truck.
We want to make sure that we don't see events where interstate bridges drop into the water below them. That is not what we expect.
Before the collapse, authorities say a semi-truck hauling an oversized load hit a girder on the bridge.
The one lesson I think we should know right now is we want to discourage drivers from crashing their trucks into state bridges.
The Alberta driver, William Scott, was hauling a large steel casing for a drilling rig. In front of him, a pilot car. Damage to the casing appears to be minor, and that has Scott's wife questioning just how structurally sound the Skagit Bridge was. Speaking from Spruce Grove, Alberta, she didn't want her face on camera.
The damage is so minimal. If it hit at all, it seems physically impossible to have done any kind of damage to a structure like that.
Based on our inspections, the bridge is not structurally deficient.
Washington authorities say Scott was issued a permit to be on the roadway. They are investigating Scott to determine if he was in compliance with that permit.
In our administrative code, it's solely on the carrier once the permit is issued.
On the driver is what she's saying.
On the operator.
The operator of the vehicle maintains responsibility for safe passage.
Lisa, let's talk a little bit more about the permit issue. If it was, in fact, issued to transport that specific load, who is ultimately responsible?
Well, that's what this investigation is doing, trying to figure that out. Scott drove for Mullen Trucking out of Alberta, and the company's saying today that they received approval from the Transportation Department here in Washington to transport that large piece of equipment down the I-5. And they even hired a local pilot car, so they are bewildered, they say, and puzzled as to how this happened. Colleen.
All right, thanks for that, Lisa.